All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of After Further Review, and we have a very special guest. He stands at 6'5" from Ängelholm, Sweden, a Hockey East All-Tournament team member, a Hockey East Tournament MVP, leading Merrimack to their first ever Hockey East Championship, and recent Merrimack grad, Max Lundgren. Max, how are you doing, man?
Thank you for having me. I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great. Now, I'm wondering if the both of you, because you're both in the same graduating class, have you guys gotten your diplomas yet from Merrimack?
I haven't because I'm still taking two summer courses.
Oh,
I'm graduating a year early, so I had two courses I have to take. So I think I need to finish those first.
oh man. What about you, Pat?
I went on my Mac like the other day, and it said they were going to ship it to me like 2 weeks ago, and I still haven't got it. So maybe I failed. I have no idea.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I remember when I got mine last year, and I was like, oh my God, it's right here. And then I opened it, and it was like, oh, you gotta wait 8 weeks, and it kind of like ruined the
I got
intrigue of
a
it.
notification be like, check this to make sure it's like good, and I did, and it said I checked on like a Wednesday, and it said it will be shipped on Friday. So I'm like, all right, and that was like a month ago.
Yeah. Did you get yours in Latin for either of you?
No,
I
No?
don't think so.
so like yeah, I don't know.
I was gonna say for like the cool aspect of it, considering it's like a Catholic college and all, I put it in Latin. I just think it looks cool, but that's just me.
Read mine, Marcus. Usually when I get to deploy, I like to read it, so I actually want to know what it says.
I agree on that.
Yeah, I don't blame you guys, but you're speaking to a kid who took Latin in high school. But Max, you are back in Sweden. I want to know how's it back being home after the year you've had, and tell us what's your favorite thing about being back home.
It's obviously nice being back home, seeing all the friends, family, and everything. Just enjoying it over here. And the thing I miss most is probably, I mean, except for friends and family, probably the food. I think we have some great food over here. I would probably say the food.
So what's your favorite like dish? Like you're eating Sparkies all the time back here, but like what's like the
God.
what's the thing when you come back home and you're like, oh my God, thank God.
I mean, can never go wrong with some Swedish meatballs, some mashed potatoes, some gravy, and lingonberry jam.
Oh my God, he's
What's
making.
your favorite thing at Sparky's over here? If you could pin it down.
Sorry,
What was your favorite food over at Sparky's in there at Merrimack?
that's a great question. I mean, I thought the bagel bar was pretty decent, if you could call it.
Yep, absolutely.
I remember my first weeks at Merrimack. I really enjoyed the burrito bar, but got tired of it pretty quick. Started going to Chipotle instead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Uh,
it's kind of what
yeah,
we all go through phases of that.
yeah, and then I kind of like the beef stroganoff they had as well. It was pretty good.
Okay.
Once in a while.
yeah. I
Um, yeah.
I remember the bagel bar when they like switched it. It used to be, at least for me, like when we would do it, we would go up, you'd fill out the slip, kind of like you do with the stir fry. Like you just like
Mhm.
check off what you want. They didn't do that anymore. I just remember them. I think a year later, they just started like making them and cranking them out. And I was like, what is this? I want to customize my own thing, but you know, to each their own. But yeah. What, Max? I was gonna ask you, considering you are back in Sweden, they're back in the World Cup. What's the buzz over there like?
I mean, it's awesome. Everyone's getting ready for it. See it everywhere. People wearing the jerseys, and we kind of got in an ugly way. We didn't so the qualifying here. You like usually qualify through the groups as usual, group stage, and Sweden were like last in their group. But then they got a new coach, and because there's a tournament here they call the Nations League. It's just like they're I don't know they just play it like casually. And Sweden was in a pretty bad group, but for some reason they managed to win that seed or whatever. So they got an extra chance on qualifying, and they managed to take that home and qualify. So it was a rough road, but they managed to get there with a new coach, and I have my hopes up.
There you go. And they're playing in Texas too. And I was actually like looking at the groups and everything because there's a lot of like different countries coming to Boston. And I saw actually historically the last time I think you guys finished third in
Yeah,
the World Cup was USA in 1994. So
it was. That's the big bronze medal we have. So we're very proud of that, and we're trying to recreate that, but with a goal this time.
Yeah. When you so for people who don't know, Max is a Bruins prospect and he will be flying back over for Bruins Development Camp. Do you know when you are coming back?
I don't know the specific date, but it's like around June 28th or something, June 27th.
Yeah. You thinking of catching any games, or you just gonna be like focused on Dev?
I mean, if it's a possibility to catch a game, I wouldn't say no. But I've heard and like I've seen as well that the tickets are like crazy expensive. So I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I was maybe hoping that they're. Sorry.
I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be like 4 games every day for the next like month. So like, and like the last one's at like 9 p.m. at night. So like, if you got nothing going on, I guess you could just throw that on.
Yeah, and I'm hoping that the Bruins will take all the players to a World Cup game or something.
Oh, that'd be sweet. Actually.
That's maybe.
Yeah,
you can always dream, but I don't know. Maybe they will.
I was gonna say have them go on the dime. That would be a pretty cool experience for all of you guys. Have you been to Gillette for any like Revolution games?
Yeah, so my girlfriend, she have season tickets for the Revs. So I've been to quite a lot of games actually. So and I've when I started dating her, I was like watching MLS a little bit, but she's a diehard MLS fan, so starting to get more into it. And then I picked my own team. So my team is Charlotte FC. So last fall, me and my friend drove down to Charlotte to watch a game there. So we watched a game there as well.
Wow. Why Charlotte?
I don't know. I looked through the rosters. I liked the coach, and I knew about him he came from the Premier League, and then they got some nice players. So I don't know. Just pick the team basically. Now, sorry.
Not a Revs guy.
No. So now I'm a diehard Charlotte fan. Have probably 3-4 jerseys, bunch of hoodies, hats, and watching basically every game. It's a little tough now with the time difference, but happy with the World Cup break now, so that's good.
Yeah, ideal to have the time difference in your favor for those World Cup games. I know it's great for us because I remember Qatar was like some of the games, like the World Cup final. Oh my God, watching it that morning, electric game. Yeah. But for the morning, it was just like a crazy heart rate spike. So Max, before you do fly back, I do want to have you take us back to your roots in Sweden. I want to hear about like what it's like growing up in Sweden, if you're a hockey kid, and how did Max Lundgren, get into hockey?
So it started pretty early. Like it was usually like more of my friends actually. I was more of a soccer guy when I was growing up, or football as we call it over here. So I was more like the game of soccer, more playing it. But then all my friends were playing hockey, so I started playing hockey as well. We were like playing around on the streets, like doing street hockey and stuff. And then we had to decide if we wanted to go through soccer or hockey. And I had my mind set to soccer. But then it was this hockey tournament that my parents forced me to go to, and I managed to do pretty good in it. So I was like, all right, I'll give it another shot. So I turned around there, and then a little late, but that was still like I was still like half player, half goalie. You can kind of say I became a goalie pretty late. And that was mainly, I was a charity game. I can't remember how old I was, but it was like Peter Forsberg was playing, and it was NHL stars, and they were playing against like a Division 1 team here in Sweden, so like the third tier. And then I was standing there being kid, wanting some autographs, maybe a stick. So I was asking for sticks, and it was this guy who gave me his stick, and then someone behind me stole it from me. And then Jacob Markstrom saw that, and he came up to me and like pushed everyone away and like handed me a stick personally.
Wow.
Yeah. So you had like a regular stick.
Yeah, I can't remember who the player was, but it was some NHL player of some kind. Then someone snagged it from me, and then Markstrom came up to me and like personally gave me his stick. So that's kind of when I changed or turned around.
Is that kind of what gave you the spark? Like, wow, look at this big goalie stick.
I mean, apparently, like, kind of, yeah. It was like, I kind of saw up to those people, and then seeing how he was, how he acted, and how nice he was. I mean, kind of became someone to look up to. So
That's pretty cool. So did you play, when you played soccer, were you also playing goalie? Were you like striker, defense? I love hearing about this
I
stuff.
was mainly a goalie, yeah, mainly goalie. So guess I've been a goalie my whole life. But yeah.
What makes, like, what satisfies you about being a goalie? Like, why play goalie over a different position?
I don't know. I think it's unique. I like the feeling of saving pucks. I mean, winning for a team. I mean, I think a goalie can win a team a game. Like, you can always have a player that scores a ton of goals, but I think a goalie can really steal a game. So I think just the thrill of helping the team out as much as you can and saving pucks for them.
That's pretty awesome. That's pretty cool. Well, one aspect I love talking to goalies about is their equipment, and I want to take us to your first Merrimack training camp. Me and my buddy Nate, we were going to like shoot you guys, right? Like take photos. And while you were skating around, we noticed one side of your helmet. I'll pull up the image right here too. It was really funny because we were both like laughing about it. And I noticed on one of your old helmets too, you had this similar thing. I don't know if anybody in the audience would be able to pick it out, but Brian Griffin is on both of these. And then there's Stewie Griffin on your Merrimack helmet. And I found this really funny. I've never seen, or well, I've seen some funny stuff with like goalies, but I've never seen the cartoons like that on a helmet. I've never seen Brian and Stewie Griffin on a helmet. So I would love to know what inspired Brian and Stewie Griffin to be on your helmet.
Stu is actually on the Rogle mask as well. It's just on the other side. That's like that angle you can see it. But I just liked watching Family Guy growing up, I guess, and I wanted to do something fun with my mask. So I was thinking, like, why not have Family Guy on it, or like Stu and Brian, because I like those two characters. So I had, and then for my sophomore year at Merrimack, it was like a pretty sick design in my opinion, and it was like had like Stewie, Brian, and even Peter Griffin, like all like suited up as warriors kind of. But then I got denied to have that, or like they said I couldn't have it because of copyright. They were scared they would like sue me or whatever. I don't know, but they would do something about it. So I wasn't allowed to have it, and that's why I didn't have it. Like continue having it, because otherwise I would probably have it right now as well. So I think it's funny, and I think it was like a cool feature to have on the mask.
So your Swedish club had no problem with the Brian and Stewie on it?
No, I mean, at that point, I don't even know if I don't know how much it would like make damage here. I don't know if they would care, but apparently they cared over there, so I wasn't allowed to have it.
How'd you? I was gonna say, how did you come across Family Guy?
I don't know. It's a popular show over here as well. It's always like on the TV, like, so I've been growing up watching it a little bit, and then more and more over the years, especially getting a little older, something's funny. So it's just like over there with you guys. I mean, you can see it on TV basically everywhere. So it's kind of here.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's up there with like The Simpsons. I know, Pat, Mac's a big Family Guy. He loves Family Guy. It's a huge thing for him over there. I was also gonna ask along with that. I remember you coming in when it came to Merrimack. I remember hearing about how you couldn't play your freshman season due to grades. What was going on there?
So my grades from Sweden, like I've never really liked school over here, but I never like failed any classes. I always like finished all my classes, and even though I didn't have the best grades, I still like passed them and had like decent grades. But then when you gotta apply for college, you gotta like translate them, and we kind of have a different grading system over here, because in the US you have A, B, C, D, and then it's a F. Well, we have A, B, C, D, E, and then F. So we have one more letter basically. So I think, and I had like a few E's, so I don't know how they got translated, but somehow, some way, I was like, and I was so close to like get in as well. It was like just one grade better, and I would have like been able to play my freshman year. But that was the reason why I couldn't play.
Oh my God. Imagine that if they just took the E's and put them at D's, Pat.
I mean, Marcus would have lived in E if he had E over here, so don't worry about Max.
No, now with Merrimack, I was the opposite. Or I was like really good in school, so things changed again. I didn't want to make the same mistake again.
Sorry, I just remember it being so kind of like weird. Like everybody didn't really know what was going on, and like we have everyone like we have this guy Lundgren, but like he can't really play right now, and it's like we don't really have another goalie on the roster, so like he's had to come in. Just what was that all about? Like that whole situation in the room, was there panic, or was it all like, nah, we got this?
Oh, so my sophomore year?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So that was another suspension I had. So I played. So I was like backing up for the SHL for like a few games, but then I was also on a loan in the Hockey Allsvenskan for a month, and I played one period it was, and for that I got a 2-game suspension in the NCAA for playing one period.
Ridiculous.
So it was pretty harsh, but it is what it is. And then we had obviously Nils and Ryan, and then Nils got injured, so he was out of picture. He with his ankle or something, and then so they were thinking, yeah, all right, we'll play Ryan, and then they found out that he was not eligible because he didn't take classes when he played juniors. Because it's like at a certain age you got to take classes when you play juniors. I took a few classes, and he didn't take those because they went to playoffs. I don't know the whole story about it, but he didn't take his classes. I think I'm almost sure about that. And then so he got suspended as well. And then we didn't have a goalie, so we managed to find Spence, and I thought he did a great job, and we should have won that game, but missed that open netter, and then unfortunately they scored with a few seconds left and turned the game around. And then they managed to get me a waiver for the games in Minnesota, and then I had to sit out one more game, and that's when Kieser could play, and he did great. He had a shutout as well that first game, so it was a big old mess, but kind of worked out in the end.
I was gonna say, what was the goalie room like? Were you guys all be like, "This is crazy"? You guys have like a group chat or something? You guys are texting me like, "What's gonna happen to the next one?" You know?
I mean, we didn't even know. Like they were just trying to like appeal it or like trying to get someone to play, so we didn't know what was going on really. We weren't like it was just a big mess, and we were just like just shocked really, especially like with the Ryan, because that was like I don't know, was it 1 or 2 days before the exhibition game against Sacred Heart grad? So that was like really late on as well. So no one knew. And then when we found out that Spencer was going to play, we were like just hyping him up, I guess, trying to help him out as much as we could.
Pat, where were you for that? Do you remember like when all that stuff was going down?
Oh, so I think one of the Sacred Heart exhibition game, I remember it being like a big story, right? Like the goalie situation for Merrimack was like blowing up because like no one could play. I remember I couldn't go to the game because I had like something to do, but I remember like keeping tabs of it, and it was like whatever. I forget which one it was. Was Max? Was there a
Stonehill? I think.
Was there a shootout game? Was there like a shootout game that Spencer or like one of them played in?
So he played against Stonehill, and that was overtime, and we lost in overtime.
That might have been what it was. I remember it being like, I remember it being like tied, and I'm like, oh my God, like the guy's killing it right now. And then I remember seeing like, oh, they lost in overtime. That sucks. But like, I remember like it was next day, like, yeah, he played his ass off. And it was like, that's awesome.
Yeah, and he really did. I remember it was like, I don't know, 30 seconds left on the game. We had a 2-1 lead. We were going on a 3-on-1 against an open net, and managed to lose the puck, and they went and scored the other way, and then unfortunately lost in overtime. Yeah, it was like a Cinderella story, almost a Cinderella story.
No, it was like I remember, Pat, I don't remember if you were on Club Lax, but I just remember we had a game. I think we were out west in UMass, and I remember seeing like all of it go down on social media, and word was just traveling like crazy about it. It's just like it was insane, the buzz that was happening. So it was super cool. Merrimack can make some headlines, man. Merrimack can make some headlines. Max, I want to know about like the process of committing to Merrimack, like, how you got to becoming a Merrimack Warrior.
So I was playing the USHL. I was playing Des Moines, and obviously get recruited by all kinds of teams. And I was talking a little bit to Dan Jewell a little bit. It was especially during the showcase in Pittsburgh we played. I had a little chat with him, but then I didn't hear too much about it. And then I found out I wasn't going to be allowed to play in my freshman year, which like all schools like dropped their interest. It was like no one wanted me anymore. So I was debating what I was going to do, like if I was going to move home or what my offers would be. And then one day Dan called me and said that they might have a spot for me, and I'll get a full scholarship and everything, and then I'll just have to sit out the first year and then play the year after. And I came to the US wanting to go to college, so for me that was a no-brainer, even though I would have to sit out the first year. I mean, I know still a lot of college schools still do, it's very tough to get a starting spot coming out of juniors. So for me it was a no-brainer, so I said yes straight away, and the rest is history, I guess.
How did it feel knowing that the school and the coaching staff still put their trust in you despite those difficulties?
I mean, that was awesome, unbelievable, and I'm so grateful for them believing in me, even though I couldn't play my freshman year. So just being able to have that opportunity was awesome, and I still think I learned a lot from that year, even though I couldn't play. But it was just more how it is over here, how the college life was, school, everything. So even though I couldn't play, I mean, just gotta work through it, work hard during practice, and then sit home and wait for everyone to come back from games. But so that part was a little tough, not traveling with the team, but it's just stuff you had to do. It was more to be a regular college student or an ARP.
So what take us a little more through what you learned, even though you weren't playing?
It was more just mindset, learning how everything works, the differences. I thought it was a pretty big jump from the USHL to college hockey. Everything is faster, everyone's better. I mean, so just learning the pace of the play, learning that you got to take more responsibility. When you were playing juniors, it was you live with a built family, always cooks food for you. The only thing you focus on is really hockey. So a lot of responsibility, how it is to live alone, dividing up practices and the schoolwork, going to classes. So a lot of responsibility.
Did you live in Royal? How did the hockey situation work with where you would live on campus?
So my freshman year, I lived in Deegan East, and then
yes, Pat is a Deegan East guy too.
And then the past 2 years, I lived in Royal.
Wow, there you go. That's a good transition there. Yeah, I was in Deegan East when we moved in. Pat, I know when you came in, it was also Deegan, but I was a Monacan guy. So
smells over there.
Yeah. Don't really
absolute
jungle in there, man.
As I don't actually know this. I've always been curious. I mean, you don't have to give away secrets or not, but the whole hockey team lives together at Royal, correct? Is that true? Do you guys have a whole building or no?
No, that's not true. And especially now, the hockey players don't really live in Royal or in the dorms anymore. So we had our freshmen live in Southwest, I think it is. And then we're all spread out throughout Royal. So I don't think anyone lives in the same apartment building actually.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, because I was gonna say I know JMO, because JMO's you guys manager. I remember when I would go over to JMO's, it would be him and I think Richard and that's it. And it would just be it was interesting to see how that kind of dynamic work. I remember I would walk in.
I heard from somebody said that most they all live in the same vicinity as one another. I thought somebody said that.
Yeah.
I know we had a couple guys back in 46 or something this year, and I was living in 33, and then we had a lot of guys in that 30 circle, the one close to school. But then we had a few guys living in the back as well. Mm-hmm. So it's really just we do kind of the same application as everyone else does. Then we maybe get some benefits doing it, but but yeah, it's not a big frat house with only the hockey guys.
That's not what it meant. I was just saying
I wish, but
I was going to ask you about did that make it better off the ice, was there any like camaraderie with you guys like off the ice, all living together? But I guess that's out the window now.
Yeah, unfortunately not. Yeah, we still had the cops call on us and stuff. For
Yeah, Royal is quite the place. Quite.
Yeah,
Royal's a little, it's a barren wasteland. So
you have a whole family living underneath you, and then you have the rowdiest guys living above you.
Hockey team, how you doing? Good to meet you.
Yeah, you guys know how it is.
They probably heard him playing Chell with everybody, like when they get in the parties playing threes. I know a few of you guys are doing that. I don't know if you were a part of those, but I just remember like going over and seeing like the TV setups on like the chairs they give you guys. It was funny.
We have a few good setups. No, I usually played FIFA before our parties, or FIFA with my Swedish friends, but yeah.
There you go. That's cool. What club do you play on FIFA? I'm always interested in who uses what.
Well, we usually do Ultimate Team.
Oh.
So, you build your own team is what we do. But if I would pick a team, I would probably pick Charlotte FC right now. Because I'm pretty confident in my FIFA skills, and even though someone else is Barcelona or Real Madrid, I would be pretty confident to beat them.
Wow. So he's loyal.
That's standing on business right there, Max. That's what I like to see out of the goaltender.
Yeah. No, yeah.
We love it. Yeah, I got buddies who will pick like all the big league clubs, so that's pretty confident knowing that you can play as like a lower league team.
Well, if it would be too close, we would probably play a few games, and I would probably switch it up to like a Real Madrid. Probably was my team when I was living back here.
Really?
Ronaldo guy. So that would probably be my pick, but yeah.
I was gonna say you have been in Massachusetts, New England quite a while. Obviously, coming over to the United States. I want to know like what you love or what you've come to love most about it. In your transition from Sweden to here, or Iowa to here.
I think like the availability for everything. Like you can go like 5 miles and you'll find like a Target every direction, or like shopping wise, like you find stores everywhere. Like it's a ton of things to do, not only shopping obviously, but like I think it's a lot of fun, and it's just like you always have stuff to do. I think that's probably the biggest difference, and the thing I like the most. And I mean, it's obviously very beautiful as well, and I love going down to Boston or go down to like Cape Cod or wherever it might be. But it's very beautiful, and there's always stuff to do, always like stuff to find.
So the shopping aspect, is it not like as accessible to go to a store in Sweden or in England?
I mean, it kind of like not really. I mean, depends where you live. I mean, we have a mall here, but the closest mall is like maybe 25 minutes away, and that's pretty good. Like we don't have that many malls, but in America you find a mall every 10 miles, or I think it's just it's so much, and like especially fast food restaurants. I mean, you find them like everywhere, and I do really like Chipotle or like the Mexican food, and we don't have it over here, so that's a thing I would say that I like more is the like options about fast food. Even though I maybe think that if you compare it, like I think McDonald's here is better than McDonald's in the US, but I think the choices in the US are so much better.
So Pat had a whole thing about Chipotle. I don't know if you want to give Max your rundown of it. But
Max, just like when you're at a Chipotle, right? Like how long are you willing to wait in line at the establishment like that?
I mean, I would wait as long as it requires me to, but ideally if I had to pick, like not more than 5 minutes, like 5 or 10 minutes.
I said like 2, and like I understand, I get that. I had this thing where I was in a line for like 10 minutes, and I was ready to hit my head against the wall. I was getting so pissed. And I just wanted to take on that because we had a long discussion about fast food on last week's pod. No more than 2 minutes. And if there's a person in front of you taking up forever, just feel free to cut them. That's American right there. That's American culture.
Okay, not more than 5 minutes. That's what I would say. Not more than 5.
Yeah, he had a whole like story, and this would have driven me nuts because like it's one thing if you're hungry, but if you're also waiting while you're hungry, that's a bad mix, man. That's a bad mix, and it's fast food. It's supposed to
Yeah.
be fast. Like you get your food in, get your calories, all that stuff. Pat had some questions going back to the moment of triumph. So Pat, I'm gonna pass it to you a bit.
Yeah, Max. I just want to kind of go back now. Your last year at Merrimack, you guys win it all, obviously. I know you've talked about you guys have gotten a million questions kind of since you won it. And I just want you to kind of just what was that turnaround like kind of at Christmas time? And what was the team thinking going into that second stretch and you guys really made your push?
So I think the first half, I mean, we knew we had a great team. We knew we could do it. I mean, that's why you play. Like you always believe in yourself. You always believe that as a team we can win this thing. But I just think we didn't really get the results. I think we were playing good games, but we just like it was. I know it was a few games we lost in the third period. Like we were up after 2 periods ahead. Like it was a tie game, and then we couldn't like find that last straw to win the game or like seal the deal. However, I think just something turned around. There was the away game in Long Island, something like that, December. And I think we just got confidence and we started to get some results. I think like our like playing style didn't change a whole lot, but it was just that we started to get results, and with results we get confidence, and that started to drive our motivation even more. And then we all started to play better. But I think the confidence had a huge role in it.
Yeah, I think I saw the stat. Marcus might have the exact numbers, but like, how good is it a goaltender, right? When like Merrimack is like 4th in the country in scoring in that second half of the year, how good is it? Does that give you more confidence in net, being like this team's offense is buzzing now?
I mean, obviously it gives a little like push, knowing that they can score, that I can let in 1 or 2, and we probably still be good. Obviously that's always nice to have in your back, like in the back of the head, but still you gotta like play it as a 0-0 game and like do everything you can to win the game for the team. But obviously it's still like it's very nice to have to know that we can score.
And I know you talked about this kind of at media day a little bit, but what was it like kind of playing every game for Merrimack, right? That was kind of unheard of before that. And then, how did you feel? I know you said your body was feeling it a little bit. I believe that. Are you a goalie that likes to do that? Do you like playing every night? Or were you like, man, like, oh my God, dude, I'm going in again. All right, here we go.
No, I mean, I think that like most goals would like want to play every night. And then maybe it's not realistic for everyone. I mean, if you play 82 games in NHL, it's a little different than college hockey. But still, like I wanted to play, and that's why I'm there. And I mean, I'm really happy that I got to play every single game. So as I said, the body was feeling it after, and even when I was down in Providence, it was still feeling it. But now I'm starting to like get back to normal again and getting ready for next season.
What was it like breaking that record when you found out about that?
I mean, that's obviously huge. Nothing that I didn't really know about or like had my focus on, but it's obviously funny and nice to be in the history books for that reason.
I need to ask real quick too, because part of the first half to second half, a kind of thing that changed was the jerseys. I really want to know about the jersey switch and what you thought when you first saw those like blue tarps.
I mean, the blue tarps are honestly like they're nasty. I mean, I think they're so good looking, but how about like the yellow ones though?
I was gonna ask you.
They're pretty bad. You can't really argue against it. And I mean, everyone thought it. And I mean, they almost looked green in some games. Like it literally looked like those like vests that workers wear. Like I mean, it was just terrible.
I'll never forget your first away game. We watched you at home. I forget your schedule. It was so long ago. Forgive me. You guys played a home game, whatever. I was there. I love the white with like the crest. I was like, ooh, those are cool for the New Balance. And you guys play on the road. I'm like, what is this? I'm like, I hope you guys don't like this either. Because come on now, you can't play with these on.
No, I don't think
that's probably the reason for the start. Honestly, you guys looked awful in the first half.
Might be it. No, it was that was truly terrible. But got some nice jerseys and managed to turn around. So maybe the looks play a role. I don't know.
Sorry, Pat, before you go, I was going to ask, like, with your like setup, your goalie pads and everything, like you're going based off of like what the jerseys look like when it comes to like designing these pads. Like when you see that, how do you go into like designing that stuff?
Yeah, so this season I was trying to match them to the white jerseys. So I like picking either jersey. I thought because we switched to yellow color as well, and then we switched halfway through the season as well. And I was like, so I was designing new pads there. I got a new set after Christmas, and then I went for the blue ones because I thought they were really cool. So I went back to old yellow because I liked it more. But otherwise, I usually try to design it. I usually pick a jersey that I think it will look really good with, and I try to go off that.
It's a great Christmas gift to get. New set of pads and the perfect Merrimack gold. Pat, what were you gonna?
When I saw the blue unis for the first time, I was like, "Oh man, like those are sweet." To be honest, that video you guys did was great too. Chuck, shout out Chuck for that. The throwing the old jerseys away. Yeah, Max. So I kind of wanted to take you to championship weekend at the Garden. You guys just beat Providence, the whatever it was, 4th, 5th best team in the country at that time, wherever they were. Kind of, were you guys riding high? What was the feeling like? And then when you guys found out, UMass was going to be the opponent, just what was that week of preparation leading up to it like, and how did you feel going into it?
I mean, being Providence obviously got us a huge confidence boost, and we knew we could do it. We beat them during the season, so we coming into that game, we definitely knew that we could beat them. Just like if we play our game, we'll definitely be able to beat them, and we managed to do so. Even after that weird goal, what was it there in the third period? They had bounced like over me and like a loop kind of thing.
Oh, mad Max, you don't even understand.
Yeah, I don't even know how that was possible. I didn't see the puck, and then I was just standing looking, and I thought I saw something like swiping over my head, and then I looked back, and it was in the back of the net. One of the craziest goals I've seen, but we managed to seal the deal there, so that was good. And then prepping for UMass games, I don't think we beat them during the regular season, but I think we should have at least at home ice, and then we were playing good as well on the away ice. And it was just like
close, but that was a talk going into that you guys haven't beat them yet.
No, yeah, and they obviously have like a really good goalie in Michael Rabel. It's obviously just like finding a way to score on him, and that would be like we knew it was going to be a low-scoring game, so just going in and playing our game, really don't focus much on them and doing what we should do best, and seemed to work.
Yeah. Since you mentioned Rabel, is it like do you have the feeling it's like a QB in the NFL, right? Where do you think you're going against him, or do you think you're going against the 5 guys on UMass? Like, are you trying to make one more save than him, obviously, or do you think it's just, hey, I'm trying to stop the puck, he's trying to stop the puck?
I mean, for me, that game, I was trying to go against him a little bit and find that little extra motivation. I mean, obviously, I knew he was he won all those trophies, and he's been very good. I've been playing him since I played in Des Moines. We played a ton of times over there. And it's always been a good battle. But it was always it was more of an extra push to compete against him, knowing that I want to prove that I can beat him as well. Yeah. So that gave me an extra push, I would say.
Max, I want to ask about the whole environment of it all. When you guys are going in, for us, I just remember, Pat, we were in the group chat, and it was just oh my God, they actually made it. We're going back to the Garden. For us, Max, freshman year, we were also able to go to the Garden. So this was a huge deal for you guys. How did you guys see the campus rally when you guys got to the Garden and everything?
I mean, it was obviously crazy. I mean, everyone's just being awesome, being so nice about it, and is pumped about it, and it's making me happy that we can make other people happy by winning games. So that was awesome, and you get chills about it, talking about it almost. I think it was so cool, and the turnout was great. And I think that Merrimack really rocked to the Garden. We were by far had most people there, so that was awesome to see.
What was that like? What was that kind of? Did you guys have any? So was there any not comment about it? Was there any notion about it when you guys come out for the national anthem, whatever, and you guys look up and be like, oh my God, the whole school's in the building right now?
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked when I stepped on the ice, and I didn't think that it would be that good of a turnout. I knew there was going to be people there, but I had no idea how many. I just heard that the student tickets sold out kind of thing, but coming from Merrimack, I didn't think there was going to be a lot of student tickets. So I thought maybe we'll have 1,000 people or 500 people. But then seeing that the second bowl is full of Merrimack fans, I mean, that's just amazing.
Yeah, it was so cool. It was so cool to see because it was literally just like a sea of blue. Like, and then compared, like you see, there isn't really that much of a UMass contingent. And I saw also, there was some talk in the press box that the UConn fans were all over they were watching the basketball tournament because of March Madness. So that was pretty funny to see because when I went out, Pat, when I went down to say hi to you guys, because I had to say hi to the Max like while in between intermission. And when I go down, I'm like looking where the Jumbotron is. I can't even see because like you, Pat, you guys were seated like directly across from where they would be, but you just couldn't see any of the UConn contingent at all, or like the UMass.
There were UConn fans there. I didn't know there were UConn fans.
Well, I'm saying like if there was like a small
for some reason that was ridiculous. I thought they put the band next to the section. I'm like, we're hassling these people the whole night. Come on now.
Yeah, that was super weird too. How they just like kind of split up because I think what they do with the student tickets, I wish they did it differently, where it was just like you block off the section and then Pat, we talked about this a bit, but we wish you could just like get a ticket for a section and then you just sit in that section rather than give you a specific seat.
Well, that is kind of what we did. Like we kind of just seat hopped, to be honest. It was kind of first come, first serve for us. But the problem was they put like the two bands in the middle of our section. So it was like you could either sit like right behind the goaltender or you have to sit over on like the blue line. And I'm like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah. And you want to be behind the goalie. Obviously the opposing goalie, Max, we mean.
Yeah.
But, of course.
Yeah. So just how did it feel to get that win against UMass for the first time that season? And it was like, when did it kind of set in that like, all right, we're playing for the final here? Like, was it that night? Was it the next day against UConn? What was going on with that?
I don't think, like personally, I didn't think too much about it. I think it was like kind of like unreal. Like I couldn't really like process it really. So it's just trying to play a hockey game. Didn't want to make too much about it because I mean didn't want to get too nervous about it or like overthink stuff. So I was just trying to see it as another hockey game. But obviously it builds up, and when you come to the rink and stuff, I mean obviously it's not only another hockey game; it's the freaking final. But I mean it was really cool, and it was awesome.
You obviously played a great game against UMass, but I mean, like we kind of all had the takeaway of like you guys as a unit shut that UMass team down. It felt like from start to finish. Just what was that like as the goaltender, kind of seeing that happen for throughout the game, and just like how much like relief was that to you?
I mean, having the defenders and forwards as well, but like all the defenders, they blocked so many shots for me, and they were really we were really working as a unit, working as a team. I mean, that's just such a boost for a goal as well. Seeing how much the other guys care for you, care for the team, and you just want to like repay them or do the same thing, but even better if you can. So
because on Saturday night, it felt like it was 5v1 at times. It was 5 UConn players against 1 Max Lundgren. That's what it felt like from the stands. I'm joking, but like I get into that game now. You're in the final. How did it feel just like getting tapped with pucks the whole night? Just like, what was that like? How did you stay composed? Were you composed? Or like, oh my God, this is crazy. What was the emotions like throughout the game?
No, I mean, I think like we played a bunch of games during the year and I had quite a lot of shots, like a high shot volume against me. So I was pretty used to like getting a ton of shots like every night, not maybe like 50 or whatever, 49 or whatever it was, but like still getting a ton of shots. And I mean, you get confidence with every shot like you save. So I didn't think too much about it. I was just like trying to play my game, not focusing on the amount of shots, just like focusing to save the next puck and get the win for us.
His heart rate really spiked when Gallo came in that locker room. That's why he was trying to like calm it down. He was. I remember seeing that. Oh my God! He just came in guns a blazing.
That was crazy. Yeah, he had a speech for us as well before we went to the garden. So it was cool.
Really?
Motivational speech for winter.
That's awesome.
What did he say?
Just like trying to hype us up, basically pump us up, saying that like UMass are nobody, but we're the real deal. Like I can't really remember exactly what he said, but it was like pumping us up in different ways, and we got pumped from that. It was cool.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It was Fitzpatrick, right? That put you guys up in the third against Connecticut. That was him. That was made it 2-1. I want to say 2-1.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So they score like whatever he scores a minute in. You as the goaltender, what is your thoughts for the next 19 minutes? Is it? I know you talked about it, just stopping one puck after the next, and that hit you, or were you just in the moment?
I mean, both yes and no, and thinking to myself that if I save every puck, we'll win the whole thing. So that always comes with some pressure on yourself. So I was thinking about that a little bit, but then it's just like trying to like stay calm, stay connected, and just work shot for shot, not thinking too much ahead of like the game or ahead of yourself. Just like stay in the moment, stay patient, stay focused, dialed.
And he stayed in the moment, and look what it got him. Look what it got him. I had to pull up the photo because when we were all on the ice, I remember you doing that. There you are with the trophy.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Max, I gotta say, like, you've had like a long year. You've been sore. You've had it all. But like, just tell me, what are you most proud of?
I mean, winning the Hockey East, I must say. That was the coolest thing. Even though, like, I mean, signing everything, that was like huge as well, and that was a dream come true. I think like the best moment was probably when that final buzzer went, and we just, I don't know, blacked out. I think that was probably the best moment.
I was going to ask you, what was the after scene like? Just like all the friends and family, I imagine, were there. Or no? Yes.
Yeah, I had my mom over there, and then my girlfriend and her family. So that was awesome as well to having them there and having them see and celebrate with them. So that was incredible.
But Max, can you see a debate me and Marcus have had for a while? Now you bring this up. Me and Marcus have had this debate for a while where if you are a team, okay, and hypothetically you lose the Hockey East final, but then you win the national championship, what is more important, winning the Hockey East or winning the national championship?
We've had this debate?
Yes.
I mean, because we won Hockey East now, I'd say the Hockey East, but if we lost the final, I'd probably say the national championship.
Okay. All right, that's fair enough.
And I mean,
the answer was the same too as well.
I like, from a neutral standpoint, probably the national championship. But for me right now, I'd say the Hockey East.
Yeah, of course. I think that's the answer Marcus came to as well.
Yeah.
So it wasn't an argument. It was both of us coming to the agreement, Pat.
Well, no, we had this like different views, and then we came to the middle and said, well, like if you play in the Hockey East, and yeah. But I mean it sort of hypothetically in like winning your conference, right? Like, would you rather lose your conference and win the whole thing, or win your conference and then lose the whole thing?
Were we debating this during the watch party?
Yes, we were. No, we were debating it at the St. Patrick's Day Darty before Merrimack beat Connecticut.
Oh, that's right, we were. That's right. What was I saying? Because I probably would have said what Max said, but I want to make sure I wasn't like saying something different. Do you remember?
I think you said what Max said. You said if you play in the Hockey East, your idea is to win the Hockey East championship. I said I agree with you, but I also said I also think they would want like college hockey players would want to win the national championship, and you're like, no, they wouldn't.
I'm saying no. I was saying in the moment when you're in the conference championship, like especially with the spectacle and everything, the only thing that would matter is in that moment.
But that's how you were making it sound like that, like the national championship's kind of irrelevant, and I'm like, you're an idiot if you think
it's not. I'm saying what I was saying was for a school like Merrimack, debatably speaking, for a school that's never won it, that at hand at the time is the most important objective. That's what I was saying, because it's like they never won it. And Max, for a whole year, you guys have that banner up at TD Garden. Have you gone back to like, not take a look at it, obviously, but have you been back in TD Garden and have you seen that banner?
No, I haven't. So that's what was sad about. Hopefully next season when I come back.
Are you going to be back in October for the banner raising at Lawler, or do you think you're not going to have time for that?
Depends on my schedule. Maybe. We'll see.
Do you know where, if you don't, that's okay, but do you know like where they would do it in the rink? Because it is like a small rink and there is like, I'm trying to think about where it would go. You know what I mean?
I actually have no idea.
It's got to be next to the scoreboard. That would be my guess.
Next to the scoreboard?
Yeah.
I think it would be cool just to put it like in the center, like just down the middle.
Oh,
So everyone,
I just the problem with Lawler's like.
No, I know. So that probably won't happen, but that would be my wish. But yeah, probably won't happen. It'll probably be around the scoreboard.
Put on the bench. That's what I say.
Yeah, just rock on the bench.
No, because the amount of, I was gonna say, when me and Pat like covered you guys, I remember the amount of pucks that would just like get lifted and then it would just hit the top and it would be like, oh, play's dead. Like, so a banner there would just get caught with the puck or something like that.
Max, one more before we let you go. Just what was I know obviously the game didn't go how you guys probably hoped it would, but what was Sioux Falls like just going out there? What was that experience like?
I think it was cool. I mean, I've been there before, and when I played in Des Moines, I played out there, and it's a very nice rink, usually a good crowd. I mean, I played there in a packed barn, 12,000 in stands when they had a wiener dog race. So I was a little familiar with it, and I mean, it's a good spot. Unfortunately, we didn't get a result we wanted to. But it's still a fun experience. It was a cool experience.
Before we let you go, I gotta know. You're coming to Def Camp soon. Do we have a Bruins mask in the works? Like, if we know what it's gonna look like?
Don't know what it's going to look like yet.
Oh, ideally though, what would you want it to look like?
I haven't even thought about it too much. I actually don't know. I want to probably like a bear of some kind, or like a brown bear, grizzly bear, something. I used to have it when I played back in Sweden. Then I was told it was too similar to the main black bears when I was in Merrimack, so probably shouldn't have. So didn't continue with it, but probably a bear of some kind. Then we'll see what I have after that. But something.
We got the license plate with 47 on the front.
Hopefully I'll get that number. I don't know if I will. We had a guy down in Providence that has that number now, so maybe I should look for a new number.
The helmet.
Sorry.
Maybe a little Merrimack banner on the back of the helmet.
Maybe we'll see.
I was gonna say 47 is currently taken in the system. So what number are you thinking of going to?
I don't know. I haven't thought too much about it. I had 31 when I was there right now, but I would want to change to something else. But don't know yet. We'll see what.
Well, we'll have to see with all that. Max, we appreciate you taking the time to come with us on your afternoon, because he's in Sweden and it is the morning for us over here in the United States, where Max will soon be back for Bruins Development Camp. We can't wait to see him. I know I'm going to be there. So, Max, shout me out if you see me.
I'll be in Italy. So I'll be over there. To be honest.
That's awesome. All right. Thanks for having me, guys.
Max, thank you very much, man. Have a good one.
Thank you.